Stabler, which is a Samba server, and the machine name is red. Over here you can see. So in this module, in this machine, we're gonna learn about SMB enumeration part. SMB enumeration. So first thing first, let's check the IP address of the -I, ETO, -R, and the IP address. Okay, so something went wrong. Let's see. Unknown vendor answer 2. Okay. Let's see. Okay, it's not blinking, that's why. So let's do settings. Bridge, everything is okay. So let's try to check again. So we have an IP address which is our PCS 115, or we can try SN command. Ping sweep scan to identify the number of devices. So over here we can see 115, which is an Oracle VirtualBox IP address, and let's check the IP address interface. Do we have any interface of this one? We have an interface of not found, which is 404. It means the page doesn't exist over there. The requested resources was not found on this server side. Yeah. So what are we gonna do over here? We're gonna see that the IP address. So first thing first, when you're simply pen testing a server, not a website. Okay, this 404 is an error from the server side. It indicates that the page you are looking for is not over there. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna try to do some simple nmap scan, and I'm gonna do some advanced scan with the service plus version. I'm gonna scan the entire port number with -p because let's see what other port numbers are over there on the server side. -T4, the thread execution for aggressive scan, and I'm gonna use O capital N, that will save me my output, and that would be your anything. You can just write output.txt and the IP address. So a major thing over here, we can see nmap -sc, sv, -p, -t4, and -on. That could be used for the output saves. So I'm saving my output on my root desktop. Let's hit enter. So this advanced scan will take some time because we are still using the SV and the SC. SC is your concatenator, which is your script scan, and we're gonna use this script scan to identify the all the possibilities one by one. So it's gonna take around 2 minutes. Why it's gonna take 2 minutes over here? Why? Because I'm using the PIFNP. The PIFNP is basically gonna take around 65,535 ports, and we're gonna try to enumerate all those ports and try to look one by one. First thing first, let's have a possibility. What could be the chances could be there that could be need us for information. So 11 seconds are left. That's great. We can't do anything because this web server, we are not able to crawl the website because the 404 is an error. If you try to crawl this one, you will see nothing. For example, if you try to use a nicto to identify if you can find some uh, unwanted links, so we can try this one. Can I use -v also? Logos. Okay, so we are not able to use the v command. So okay, let's use -h for host. And over here, the possibilities would be identifying the servers, which is no banner retrieved, anti-click checking X-frame option header is not found, access protection is not defined. It could be a cross-site scripting attack. And over here we have some user home directory was found in the shell rc file. This may reveal on the path informations, or you can see user home directory with the shell profile was found may reveal directory information from system configurations. So these are some files which is on the server side. Let's see what will happen over here. The .bash rc file is basically used to uh, give a proper shell on the server. Whenever a user is authenticated on a Linux server, .bash rc will create a active session for the specific user over there. So you can see one by one: non-login shell, user shell doc hash pairs is a normal thing. This is a normal file which can be created in every user when they authenticate it, and it will display the normal color environment. We have profile file, profile dot profile. The dot over here indicates that the file is hidden on the server side. Sometimes the sensitive information that we are looking for, it should be on there. Yep. This is a normal profile file. Each and every user on the server side has a dot profile file, which is simplicity. Okay, I'm gonna move on this one. So this, we didn't find any relevant data, but remember one thing: when you're doing a nicto's main objective is to find the misconfiguration files and the unwanted hidden links. So you can try this, or we can see that we have scanned the entire network and we find something relevant. And what we have over here, you can see the port 20, which is closed. The 20 port which is closed over here, I can see the 21, which is an FTP server, is showing us the FTP VS version 2.2.08. Okay, so first thing first, as an attacker, as a pen tester, we can see the banner grabbing part. A banner grabbing where we need to identify if there is any public exploit available or not. So we can simply search over here on our local server, which is our search exploit and the version. So let's see. Hmm. So we have two files, which is your CWD, which is your authenticated remote memory consumptions, and the other are your options remote denial of service attack. So we have three files. One is your remote memory corruptions, and other two are denial of service attack. So these will not count over there. So we're gonna leave this one. And what else we have? Let's see. We have an 21, which saying anonymous allowed. Means we can connect to the FTP server without any credentials. So you can see they have saying anonymous, which is a default credential. So we're gonna use this one later on. But before that, see, port 22 is open. Port 22, and we can see the encryption standard they are using RSA. We have 53, which is our DNS. Okay, this is normal thing. Port 80, which is our PHP CLI command line server. 123, which is NTP close network transfer protocol. 137, 138, which is our 139. Okay, these are our Samba server, and this one is also Samba. You can see over here 139 TCP open. 666 is also open. 336, 3306, which is our MySQL server version, which is also running on the backend server. And there's another port which is 12,380, which showing is an Apache application is running. See this one, 123,880. Let's see what will happen over here. 12380. And over here I can see there's a new website. There's another website which is running in the running over there in the backend server. And sorry guys, beside helps happen quick. Didn't have enough time to finish the website. Okay, this is a testing website over here. So let's see what will happen if I got something new over here. Let's see the crawling part. Robot.txt didn't find any sufficient data. Okay, let's try to crawl this website. Let's try to crawl this one, and let's look what will happen. So I'm gonna use the Buster. So let's use 80. Browse user share. Let's do word list. The Buster. Let's use only of this one. Now the important thing, PHP. Did he find something relevant? No technology detected. Is it working fine? easycouncil.org. Okay, it was working fine over here. But it didn't get anything relevant. So what we can do, I can simply copy this word and I can do what web. What web will identify all the technologies on the server side. So over here I can see they're running Apache server, Ubuntu, and Apache version this. They're using HTML5. Okay, no issue. Apache version, HTML5, HTTP server, UAE capabilities, Internet Explorer Edge. Okay, this plugin retrieves the UAE capability value that the HTTP headers metadata. Okay, we can try this one. You can mute your mic, Husdeep. We can save the output anywhere, right? Yes, we can save the our output anywhere. So over here, let's try. Let's use a PHP over there. So we were doing simple scan and we were using it for identifying if we can find something relevant. And I can see this gonna takes a lot of time. And I guess I did one thing. Let's go back. Let's remove the B requisite because it's gonna make a lot of Be recursive will it's an aggressive scan, and that could take a lot of time over there. So our major goal over here is to simply penetrate or simply look one by one all the possibilities. So when you are doing some pen testing, remember one thing: look for each and every values over there. This was a Samba server also. For the animation part, check one by one, and I guess this gonna take a lot of time. So when we are doing a normal pen testing part, look for other simple things. Okay, it's taking some time because I guess something has been blocked or something might be problem over there. Okay, I guess this one is not working. So we can try one thing. This was on another page. So let's try Nick over here. Let's try Nick in this server. Let's see what we can find over here one by one. Admin 11223 block robot.txt contains 2 entries where should be manually viewed. So, but I was not able to jump any robot.txt files over here. Robots.txt. There was no robot.txt file. But over here we can see it finds something values data, which is your admin. Let's see what will happen over here. Oh, blog also. Okay, I was not able to jump any of the directories over here. Should I run? Okay, there is an host doesn't match certificate red dot. Okay, let's copy this domain name. Now I know the problem. So etc hosts. Yep. Let's try the domain name. That was IP address. Why we are using this one, the etc host? Etc host lets us know about it is what basically is used for domain name. So when the application is not running, you can simply use it on your local server. That can be used properly. But still, I have an issue. Hmm, dot tech doesn't match certificate name. There's a PHP admin also over there. Hmm, nope. Okay, I guess we was not able to get any of the directories over there one by one. So what we can do, we can try another methods that could be lead us for information gathering part. So what I'm going to do over here, let's try to enumerate this. Okay, so this was a directory, this was also there. So let's have a look. So as per the record, I can see there was 139 also open. So this is a Samba server, and we can see the Samba version which is given 4.3.9. So let's do one thing. Let's try enum for Linux, enumerate for Linux server. So enumerate with enum for Linux will let us know entire network devices, the entire network part, and that can be used for the further stages. You can see through the NBT stat, you can check what other applications or what other servers are running in the backend process. What other services are running, we can try to check, and then many more things can happen. So the server name is red as per the data, and we can see the session check, which is that was 192.168.10115, and there was no username and password set. Get domain SID, share ID number, OS information. You can see 115, which is over there, and the share information. What are the share informations are available? You can see there's a Cathy, print, temp, and IPC. But the major important part of the SMB enumeration is to extract the usernames, which is on the server side, that can be used for the further stages. So you can try, when this testing has been completed, you can try further things. See, the major objective of the Samba server is to extract the shares folders, what are the share folders are present on the server side, and over here you can see these are some groups. So you can see administrator, user, guest, power, account, server, print. So over here you can see all the things, and these are the main things. This SID users. So you can see the SID user contains all the local users on the server side, which is your Peter, Newmaker, Etholson, Swagger, Parallel. These are the local system. You can copy this one, and you can make a text file of this. I'll save this one on the desktop directory, which is your user.txt file. So over here, okay, this one didn't work. I was thinking to run this server in my local host, but didn't work. No issue. So we have output.txt that I saved, and we have the user.txt. But the major part comes that we have to remove the spaces and these words. So if you take this one, it's going to take a lot of time to simply remove all these things one by one. And we have a normal list of users. So what we can do, think about a normal tester. We have SSH port over there. SSH port where a user must be authenticated over there. Authenticated, that can be used for the setting part. So over here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to perform a brute force attack with the words over there that we got from the user, and we're going to try the possibilities. We're going to use Hydra. So there was an FTP also. Let's try. This one is also over there. So FTP local server anonymous, and we are in. And why this happened? Because the user credential, the user didn't ask any username and passwords over there. So there was no username was set over there that can be used for the further stages. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna try one by one. We're gonna try question mark. Why? Because we can see allow applications, allow commands we can run. So ls the list command, ls all. That's to clear. Okay. There is only one file, which is your note file over there, which has a read form permission. So we're gonna use get command to fetch the file. So if you use get note, you can receive the file in your local server. So you can see over here, Ali, make sure you update the payload information, leave it in your FTP account once you have done with user John. See. So this is a normal message. An FTP server is basically used to fetch the files on the server side. So, but the major challenge is we can have to remove this this specific file. So what we're gonna do over here, we're gonna try to use cut command. Cut command in Linux. So geek for geek. So the cut command is an utility which is basically used to separate a specific length of the part, or we can see another different things. The cut command in the Unix is a command for cutting out the section from each line of the files and writing the result of standard output. It can be used to cut parts of a line by bytes, positions, character, and fields. These are the things: bytes, position, character, and fields. But we are not going to use bytes or characters. We're going to use the field command. So it's basically cut command slice a line or extract the text file. So see over here. We're going to use the field command. The -c option is used for fixed length lines. Mostly Unix files doesn't have fixed length lines. To extract the useful information, you need to cut by the field command. For example, -d delimiter with the you want to use and the field and the text file. Say this one, we're gonna try to use so cd desktop. I can see my file which is over here. So let's use cut command. Let's see what will happen. So let's use cat command first of all. So over here we can see the first field that I can see over here. My word is like this one. So I'm going to use to separate, if you can separate this one from field 1, field 2, this would be this. So let's use cut command -d delimiter, that would be my backslash, and the file that I'm going to use over here. So you guys can simply see this one. You can go to cut the file name, the field. You have to use the field also. So if enough field will be 1, and it will use a .txt file. So this was field 1, and between this LE, this is field 2. So if you use field 2 over here, you will see the field which is over here is been removed. Simple logic. Field 1 space is field 2, then you have to use the field until the field 2, then this will be field 3, and now see, this is your field 1, and we're gonna remove field 2 again with a space. Sorry, field 1. Okay, wait. Space. So you can see the output. It's all up to you guys which field you want to select. So say this one, field 1 and field 2, and this would be our space part, field 1 and field 2. So you can simply do space field, and or you can try one thing. If you know the logic behind this one, so you can make your own command like your cat user.txt cut command -d delimiter first backslash from the field 2, then cut command delimiter with the space from field 1, and save this file on the root desktop with a new file which is your user.txt file. Now see this one, I simply clear the field 2, that use is it working or not, and yeah, now I can see a proper words. Cut command can use in various techniques. So let's try to use this one on the port 22 SSH. So in this scenario, what we're gonna use, we're gonna try to use the password attack, and over here we're gonna use online attack. In online attack, we're gonna use Hydra. Hydra is one of the best tool for brute forcing attack on the specific protocol, which is your protocols. I'm saying protocols, or you can use it offline and online. It's all up to you. So we're gonna use Hydra, or you can simply type Hydra. Let's use a new tab. There's lots of tabs open. Let's try. Let's use Hydra. So for example, there's a simple logic that over here we're gonna use the user.txt file that we have found it, and see -l. If you know the username, you can use the -l, and if you doesn't know the username, if you want to use the dictionary, you can use capital L. Same as your -p. If you know the password, you can set the password, or otherwise you can use the capital P to set the dictionary over there. So we're gonna use like this one. Let me show you. We're gonna use Hydra capital L with the root desktop with the user.txt file with the capital P also, which is for password, and I'm going to use the same dictionary that we have discovered over there, and the IP address of the server, and the protocol, which is your SSH. So the simple thing is we're gonna perform a brute force attack on this both the parameter, which is our username, parameter, and password parameter, and we're gonna perform a simple brute force attack. All we're gonna do is simple. We're gonna do a waiting period. All we are doing is for waiting for the SSH protocol, and we can see that we have a normal server. So you can try with the FTP server also, just putting the same one, because you can try the FTP brute force attack. We can see we have the same output over here by using the FTP server or the SSH server. So we can see the username is Shellit and Shellit. So as per the details we have over here on the server side, that the port 22 is open, attacker tried to communicate with those things. So let's try to communicate. SSH Shellit with the IP address with -p. You don't have to use -p. Yes. Now it's gonna ask me the password, so the password is Shellit, and we are in. So we are in on the server side, and over here I can see the proper way of data, which is over here. And we are on the server, and we are user Shellit. So let's try it. If I do a normal thing, which is a who am I can see the user Shellit over there. So you can see we are on the server side. Now what thing is left? The thing we're gonna do is the post exploitation part. So we're gonna use .milk, Linux post exploitation part, and Payato. So let's try the post exploitation part. So I'm going to use a tool called, we're going to use an automation tool, which is known as linpiece. Linpiece is a tool which is basically used for post exploitation part. You can see Linux privilege escalation awesome script. So this script will let us know about all the checklist. So you can say check the local group discussion checklist from this book.hack checklist. They have given the vulnerabilities that can be used over here in different types. System information, drives information, installed software, processes. You can see many further things can be there. Schedule cron jobs, wildcard entries, services. There are many things. Now let's try to download these files, and let's try the automation part. What could be the possibilities? So from GitHub curl, uh, so we're gonna download this file. So let's download this file over here, raw data. So let's make post exploitation. We're gonna use wget command to fetch the file from the URL section, and I can see the link paste.sh file. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna try to use we're gonna share this file. So I'm gonna use python -m simple HTTP server which is running on the port 8000, and the file name is lin.pis ifconfig. So let's make a normal URL for this file. So let's do HTTP my server IP address, that is 110, which is running on the port 8000, and the file name is linpiece.sh. So let's try this one. So we are on the server side of the Linux, so we're gonna do automation post exploitation part. So that's why I'm gonna use this server. So cd temp, the temporary directory. So let's use wget command to fetch the file. So the file has been downloaded as per our data. Through the wget command, I simply use it to create my FTP server, and done. So let's have a look what will happen. So let's do bash lin.sh. See this one. The basic thing you have to understand is they have given this script used for authorized spread testings and educational purpose only. Yeah, this is a normal thing. They have given the legends, which is your color list. You can see red, yellow, red, light clan, blue, green, and light magenta. So you can see 99% will be post exploitation vector. Red one, you must take a look on it. User with console, user without console. See the red and yellow. You should check this one, as they have mentioned. The version is 4.4.0.21 green. So this will help us to simple enumerate the application which is running. User with the consoles. So this lin paste will let us know, okay, there is a temp file. There are some files on the temporary directory. We should be look. You can see it will interface. It will check the interface. What are the applications are running over there? IP table rules. Applications which are running one by one. All the things is there. So this lin pace, or you can, there are lots of other applications that can be also be used. Internet access port 443, port 80, ICMP is not available. See, and they were talking about some other files. Okay, so what I'm gonna do over here, we're gonna try to use the version as per the red color. So let's see if we can get anything about this server. So otherwise, you can do one thing. You can write uname -a. Sorry. You can do one thing. You can write uname -a over here. Okay. Let's do clear uname -a to check the version, which is your red text 4.4.0, and you can use the got milk as I mentioned you before. We can check the release version. So the release version is 16.04. So we're gonna try to look if we can find relevant data according to this. So let's try to check. So this method is over here in the pair 2. This will be known as your Linux privilege escalation bar, your kernel exploitation. So you can see kernel exploitations are the program that leverage kernel exploits in order to execute arbitrary code with the evaluated permissions. Successful kernel exploitation typically gives you attackers super user access to the target systems in the form of root and command prompt. So we're gonna try to search if we can find this one. So we're gonna do Ubuntu 16.04 kernel exploit. Try to look all the things one by one, or just put the version of the Linux also. That will be much better. The major important thing is to find the relevant one. It's all about hidden trial. You will see lots of kernel exploitation over here, but you need to find the specific one. That's just this one. Local privilege escalation. This is Fedora, and we are not using Fedora. We are using Linux also, but there was Linux. You have to check all the possibilities one by one, and you have to look for the specific one. Read blogs, read lots of contents that could be used for the further stages. Many things can be happened. Or try to look the kernel exploitation. You will find step by steps all the possibilities when you simply look for the valuable data. search for the data like search exploit Linux 4.4.0 4.4.0 is it. You will see lots of vulnerabilities are there. Just check the version of this. You can search for Linux 4.4.0 or the relevant one. This is the kernel one, and you can search for your version also 16.04. You can see there are lots of vulnerabilities over there one by one. So all you have to do is to simply find the relevant one. For example, some are code executions. Let's see the version. Spoofer escalation trackers, Fedora, CentOS, race condition, privilege escalation, net filter, and this one, double FTPD. Let's have a look on this attack. Search exploit -x. You can read about the source code and how to use this code. See, they have given the zip file where you can download this one. Just go over here, or just go to your exploited server. Just do one thing, just do wget, and the file has been transferred. So now the most important thing is transfer this file over there. This is a kernel exploit. So Python -m simple HTTP server port 80. Let's try this one. Wget command HTTP IP address 39772.txt. That was zip file. Say this is in red in color, so don't. Let's do unzip. So we can see the file is over here. So cd39 still. So we have two things. We have crasher, we have tar. So let's see about this one. So as per the data and exploit that pulls all together, we have to do exploit.tar file. We have to do compile.sh, then it will create a file, double put.sh file. So let's see what will happen. Tar xf execution format exploit. EB, yeah. Okay, there's a compile.sh file. So let's do compile. Clear this one. There's a double put file. So let's do double put. And we have a shell on the server. Yep. So this machine was all about your information gathering part that can be used for many further things. There are many other methods that we can crack this application If you search for the methods, you will find lots of data. For one of the data you're going to find over here is to simply enumerate the services.